Hello, welcome back to Medieval Resurrection. I'm not happy about it either. So last time we found the mayor in the asylum, and we couldn't get the chalice in there because... So we're making a second trip to the sleeping village. Also, I did not do the mini games on my own time. I forgot, but also I think I'm just going to have to subject you all to that at some point. I don't know how we get the tokens for that. I assume we just fully complete a minigame. Also, I just checked when I loaded in, the minigame selection at the title screen, the ones that said you had to get to the plains to unlock them, yeah, they're not unlocked. I don't know why. I don't know why there's even a minigames option there anyways, in the first place, if you still have to go to the plains to do them. Yeah, this is a game. Let's go to the sleeping village.
Sleeping Village, where you can buy the mare off for the pie.
Okay.
Oh, get you. He has returned, the Zero of Gallowmere. That's rather good, isn't it? I write all my own stuff, you know. Anyway, listen up, paper bag for brains. The boiler guards are looking for the demon claw. So, get ready to deal out some bony justice. And hey, don't hurt the villagers. They're not a bad lot. They're only violent psychos because they're possessed. So cut them some slack, okay? Now, get on with it. The more I look at you, the less I want my dinner.
Those lazy boiler guards must be on
Okay.
deck. Let's go pillage. Turn this place over from top into bottom and find that blasted claw. Huh, why I always forget my rubber gloves on days like this.
Huh. Why did we have a trip to the village in the first place if we just do the original village trip now? Blacksmith's Monthly. Old man Willie Green of Gallows Town was awarded Smithy of the Year by our readers. His outstanding casts have produced many intricate and hard-wearing iron goods and sculptures. Willie only works with the finest of metals and is particularly noted for his magnificent busts, a particularly beautiful example of which may be found in the local public house. It's in a random public house, sure. See center pages for lithographs of Willie relaxing in his best leather apron. Okay. Also, why? Why do we still not have any more health bottles? Little girl, seriously. So the chalice does not start partially filled like it did in the original. I don't know. Does it get lower when we kill an innocent? A crucifix once stood here, but the mayor has removed it. Find a replacement cross and see how this church should really look. I don't remember the mayor removing it before, but that's more or less the same message as the original. Also, why would he remove one? It was a cross in the back of the church. This makes no sense. Why would he just remove one? Okay.
Ah, greetings, stranger. Now, what can I do for you?
This doesn't even fully heal me. It is so expensive. Great use of money. And that's also why the health fountains are so terrible. They expect you to spend money on that. I literally have to farm money just to heal myself. No entry. The mayor's house is off limits due to ongoing ransack operations. Apologies for the inconvenience. Now clear off. By order of the Chief Boiler Guard, loyal servant of Zarok. Oh. We even still have the we're just gonna have a wishing fountain, a premier village tourist attraction fed directly from the nearby river. Visitor comments, I threw in a ruin key and made a wish that the residents of Sleeping Village would chill out, and hello, nothing happened. They're still trying to kill me. Now I can't even get my rune key back. Yeah, this is basically just the original level. Except I can't knock out the villagers. Okay, you kinda can. Charge into them and it stuns them for a bit. Okay. Do I seriously need a book on how every door works? Angry note to the gardener. Until you get rid of those psychotic ducks from this pond garden once and for all, I'm locking you out. Now get out of that jetty and unleash a duck apocalypse. Sign the mayor. P.S. Remember to vote for me in the upcoming election if you value your job, that is. Okay. Oh, what? Oh. We seriously have duck hunt? We have 100 arrows for this. Okay. Oh, is this actually going to be consuming my arrows? Because I had 100 arrows. No, I had 100 arrows on the bow. I should have 200 on the crossbow. This is so slow. Okay, it's finally picking up. Nope. Okay. Where's the dog mocking me? Keep aiming a little low, I guess. I disagree with that one. Why can it not just end when I get the amount? Oh, okay, so there's a set amount, I guess. Okay. Unless I just wasn't paying attention to the timer. Okay. This is more or less just the, and there's a health fountain. More or less just the original, just more obnoxious. And it didn't fill up our one bottle, okay. Maybe I don't want more bottles, because then they would never get full. God, the expense that would bring as well. Alright, we can buy one health bottle. One health vial. There's one as well. I'm a little annoyed at that. I don't have the key. Do I have... Forest key. Did it open? Okay, it did. Well, at least we can return there easily. So what do we need? We need the bust. Huh, I can't break those barrels? That feels weird. Why is there water? Really, Dan? At least it's not a full health bottle in this game. What? Finally, more health. Now I have to go back. If the dash jump weren't so limp, this wouldn't feel so bad. And now I can push the barrels for reasons. I mean, you can in the original, but also... maybe I could have pushed the other ones, just didn't try? Why is it wolves? Why? This would be rats. I guess they needed some way to give me all the chalice. I'm not looking forward to more of the boiler guards. They were terrible. Okay, there's the bust. Bust of Mr. Shanks, landlord of the Troll's Head. Lower pedestal to clean statue. Can I cheese this? Doesn't look like it. Yep, unfortunate. Of course, we need more barrel pushing goodness. Okay. It doesn't push it at an angle until it does. Sure. Oh, that just snaps open. Okay. Like, zero effort on that, guys. I also don't know why Dan just suddenly loses momentum when moving in general. Something weird with turning, apparently. Okay.
Golden bust. Damn, that is ugly. Like first wife. Let's melt it down, quick.
What?
Hurry, comrades, tear this place apart. If we don't find the demon claw, Zarok will have us mucking out the lavatories for the next millennium.
Okay. Of course, I'm on fire. So stupid. Okay, so these guys are around now, which means there should not be citizens? I hope. Oh, he just literally spawns into existence, okay. That should be the exit to the entire area. This should, drain the fountain. Have any idea how expensive those are to refill? Jerk. Oh, this feels terrible. That felt gross.
Looks like we have cut off the water.
Yeah? You have any more commentary to add? Huh. Originally you accessed that from, the mayor's house? Okay, it looks like we still do. I don't know how I missed it. Wow, there are so many of them. I'd rather take the straight damage from their shots than the burning. And there's one behind me! Of course there is. Why are there so many of these guys? Huh. I am almost out of arrows as well. That's not the weapon I wanted. The least they could have done is give me the drumstick weapon. It doesn't do much. It doesn't really do any damage, really. But if an enemy dies when you use it, it turns them into chicken, and it's just food. You want to read the book? History of Gallowmere, Volume 1. It was a dark and heckish time for Gallowmere. Zarok, the court magician, had exceeded his job description and taken on extra responsibility. Usually this sort of initiative is to be encouraged in an employee, but noble and wise King Peregrine, monarch of the fair lands of Gallowmere, was less than impressed, for Zarok had begun a series of outlandish experiments on the bodies of the dead, without so much as a diploma on corpse messing. Thus did Zarok, the former children's entertainer, become Zarok the necromancer. The dead are to be honored, not kept as playthings of former balloon animal makers, declared the king, banishing Zarok from the castle. Zarok's collection of living dead, now to be seen wandering the castle grounds, emitted unearthly moans like work-experienced kids on a gardening placement, were rounded up and destroyed. Okay. Zarok, having developed the kind of ego that seems to go hand in hand with two-bit illusionists who believe their own publicity, went into hiding. He vowed to wreak his revenge on the king and rubbed his hands together a lot and probably bought a wig. What? The attempts at humor. That's not the book I checked. That's still not the book I checked. Thank you. History of Gallowmere, Volume 2. As time passed, rumors of continuing misdeeds spread throughout the land, and this time it wasn't just what the witches got up to in the forest when they'd knocked back a few mushrooms. Again with the witches doing weird stuff, okay. It was whispered that Zarok had employed the aid of shadow demons to help build a vast castle and get back to work on his necromancy project. It's not clear which bank in Gallowmere helped refinance his effort, but if you were ever looking for an example of an irresponsible investment policy, that one's a boo-boo. With the help of an ancient artifact called the Anubis Stone, Zarok soon had a vast army of undead at his command. One can only imagine what it smelt like in that castle. Like Lazarus' jockstrap, probably. And then under the cover of night, the hideous host spilled forth from its corrupt haven. The army marched south across the Silver Mountains and through the Silver Woods. Soon afterwards, even the Pumpkin Lands belonged to Zarok, and Gallows Town looked to be his for the taking. The people of the town cried out for help. "Save us, good King Peregrine," they whined, and to that, only the year before, they'd been clamoring for democracy. King Peregrine wasn't one to bear a grudge, however, and he got his army together and marched against the undead multitude. Retaliation was swift, decisive, and satisfyingly violent. The king's forces, led by the dashing Sir Daniel Fortesque, drove Zarok's army back from Gallows Town. There was much rejoicing, but the war was not over yet. Okay. History of Gallowmere, Volume 3. Zarok's zombie army, which in happier times might have been a good name for a loot band. No, what? Regrouped and fought back. They took the floodlands. Oh my, so the floodlands are going to be in this. I hated that area. This caused much concern, especially among Gallomere's Environment Agency, who spent a fortune redeveloping the margins with sustainable planting to protect its valuable ecosystem and waiting bird life. From this vantage point, Zarok could march west to take the Enchanted Forest. The sacred place would prove a bitter defeat if it fell into the hands of the evil sorcerer and his hygienically challenged army. Once again, the king's troops rode out, and once again it was Sir Daniel Fortesque who led them, vowing to rid the land of the demon multitudes once and for all. Yet the evil mage, perhaps not unexpectedly, given the pointy beard, was cunning. He had prepared an ambush. A titanic battle ensued. It is said that the day the battle, and yes, the war, would have gone to Zarok, but for the skill and valor of one man, Sir Dan Fortesque led the charge deep into the massed ranks of the undead. He felled Zarok's bodyguard, the fearful Lord Cardog, and before finally succumbing to his own mortal wound, slew the traitorous sorcerer Zarok himself. With a mighty sweep of his sword, Sir Dan's sword, not Zarok's, Zarok preferred a sort of pansy magic wand effect, curse his girly-like ways. What? History of Gallowmere, Volume 4. And so the forces of evil were destroyed, but at a terrible price. None but a handful of the king's men returned from that field. Gallowmere lost a whole generation of young men that day, including Canny Tim, the legendary crossbowman, and Fortesque's second-in-command, who fell in the first volley of arrows. Zarok's body was never found. If it should lie unmourned and in an unmarked grave, then no one in Gallowmere would shed a tear. The shadow demons that had fallen under Zarok's banner were unnatural entities, and all but impervious to permanent harm. With no way of slaying the hellish creatures, the king declared that they be entombed beneath the pure earth of the Enchanted Forest. So it was that the demons were imprisoned deep underground within an impregnable box of the king's own design, for he could turn his hand to many things, among them needlepoint, ice sculpture, and box design. Okay. The tomb was magically sealed so that only the touch of a shadow demon could open it. Before the tomb was sealed, an arm was severed from a shadow demon and forged into the artifact now known as the Shadow Demon Claw. Its touch alone formed the only key to the prison. The land of Gallowmere, at least, was safe. So they can't be harmed, but they can get their arms cut off. I feel like that's harming them. God, there's more. Oh. They're backwards for some reason. Tourist Guide to Gallowmere Part 1. The land of Gallowmere is a wondrous land of breathtaking sights and adventure. If it's beauty you are looking for, be sure to check out the sights of the Enchanted Forest, where happy fairies flit from tree to tree, crying, "Chase me, chase me," as cheerful members of the local constabulary set off in pursuit. Scale the heights and see the nests of giant dragon birds. Seek out weird and wonderful plant life. Join the Dragon Toad Safari, where you'll meet and pet these playful critters in their natural environment. Hard hat and goggles required. Or why not take a walk through the Pumpkin Valley, the place where all your vegetable-themed dreams come true. Pumpkin is Gallomere's favorite dish, and about now the valley is just bulging under the weight of young podlings awaiting harvest. Yummy. That feels like it's mostly unchanged. Tourist Guide to Gallowmere Part 2. If it's mystery you're looking for, then the seasoned adventurer should travel to King Peregrine's Tower and Castle. Yes, this is the fortress where King Peregrine held court over 100 years ago. It is said that the king's crown was lost in the dungeons below the castle, and that his royal ghostliness now haunts those cold stone passageways. Spooky. Why not take to the coast and seek out the raucous thrill of scurvy docks, home to Gallomere's saltiest of sea dogs? This colorful harbor town offers up a blend of fun, fresquings, and watery danger that only the ignorant and uncool of travelers could resist. Sign up today! So we have that horribleness still in this version. Cool. Could you hit the thing? Heroes from History, a retrospective chapter 1. Extract from Elbows Akimbo, Gallomere's leading arm wrestling journal. Hugh, what a scorcher, Iron Hewer strikes again. Stendir Ironhewer crushed all before him once again last night in the annual All Gallowmere Arm Wrestling Championship at the Dog It and Heave Inn. It is the 5th year in succession that he has won the title. The organizer said he can now keep the magnificent trophy, the Palme d'Oie? I don't know. Ironhewer is officially the world's strongest man and a blacksmith of some repute. He once said, "I live to pound. Anvils, wrought iron garden furniture, the squishy skulls of my enemies' heads, all are but tiny tea cakes beneath the awesome power of my vengeful warhammer." He was never again asked to judge the Gallowmere Bonnie Baby competition. Okay. Chapter 2. The Mongolian Magazine's weekly supplement. Born a humble peasant to one of the nomadic tribes from the Eastlands, Bloodmoneth Skullcleaver gathered an army of horsemen and swept over half the civilized world. When he finally died attempting a single-handed attack on a garrison in the north while armed only with the spike on his helmet, he was the richest and most powerful peasant of his day. I think that's also mostly unchanged. The questionnaire, Bloodmoneth Skullcleaver, what is your idea of perfect happiness? Taking limbs off with a single swing, kerchunk of shiny, beautiful axe, and gouts of blood and stuff. Pretty. What words or phrases you most overuse? Touch my mustache and I eat your eyelids on toast, girly girl. What? What keeps you awake at night? Whimpering and howls of foolish people who have dared to cross me or shortchanged me. What is your greatest fear? Creepy crawlies. How would you like to die? What you say at Bloodmoneth? How you like to die, huh? Huh? Wet mouth pencil licker? Like this, maybe? With head bouncing down street, boink boink? Interview inadvertently terminated. Chapter 3, Obituary Carl Sterngard. So much reading. Carl Sterngard, noted warrior, spent most of his formative years under siege at his family castle. The siege ended when Carl yelled a 5-week-long lecture on defense over the battlements in heavily accented English. The attacking force became so bored they went off to become celebrity chefs. In later years, this prolonged period of enclosure led him to develop a mild form of agoraphobia. As a result, he often wore a helmet visor with really tiny holes, and he became uncomfortable in the presence of pictures that used perspective. What? With his impregnable magic shield, Sterngard's motto was, "The best form of attack is defense for sure." Hardly surprising, really, with a magic shield. Sadly, his shield couldn't protect him against poor eating habits, and he choked to death on a jumbo bratwurst he had failed to chew. Chapter 4, My Hero Weekly. Q&A. Woden the Mighty. What is your greatest fear? This is going to be weird to read. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip that. Yeah. Wow. Chapter 5 from the epic poem, She Scared Their Breeches Off. A heartfelt tribute to Amanzi Shangama. Please don't hurt me. What? 96. Doughty warriors formed defenses and the Amazons attacked, led by one gargantuan damsel who got seriously stacked. As she bounded down the hillside, all ye men were took aback, staring wide-eyed at the bosom like 2 footballs in a sack. Oh my god. 97. Wielding her spear madly, she went through them at the run, slaying 24 soldiers. 'Fore ye fight had scarce begun, as ye fields got dark and blood-drenched, she howled, "That's what I call fun." Oh my god, buttocks gleaming in the sunlight like 2 massive breakfast buns. This game. Wow, it's still going. Chapter 6, An Encounter with Megwin Stormbringer from the battle log of barbarian chieftain Hugh Kerfuffle. I think I'm done. It just keeps going. Okay, how do I get back there? That's how. Almost afraid to read the book. To whichever of my beloved constituents finds this letter, I must make haste, for Zarok's men will be here within the hour. I have taken the crucifix from the church. No time to explain properly, but the cross is the key to a key. I used it to make the attached cast. Then I had it destroyed. It is my hope that this cast falls into the hands of a just and good hero, or at least someone who is good at metalwork. P.S. Remember to vote for me in the upcoming election. I'm running on an anti-Zarok and no to church theft platform. Okay. God, that book. That book. Can we smash these other bookcases? Yes. Just because. That is gonna put me well over time, isn't it? Okay. So now we need. Where is it? This way, I think. It looks like I should be able to get back there. Yeah. No, not the church yet. The blacksmith should be right over here, though? Yeah. Okay. I think I got all the enemies. Okay. Can I just use them? There we go. Thankfully it's jumping and not the hammer. Because if you don't have the hammer, you're screwed.
Cool. A genuine religious artifact. Let's sell it to gullible tourists.
This guy. Okay, the
Back
safe.
to the mayor's house, Dan, before those coal-fired boot boys trash it completely.
We got the safe key. It's gonna be quicker to go this way to reach the mayor's house. Maybe, if I don't get stuck on trees. Okay, I'm gonna check for the chalice, because it looks like it. Yep, okay, just right there. Okay. I don't know how I missed that. I guess the camera wasn't facing that way. Also, we have healing, which I can't get. What? Oh. Really? There we go. Which didn't put anything in the bottle. What? The healing in this is awful. Okay, the Shadow Demon Claw. So now we can leave. And there we go.
The Hall of Heroes. Bring the kids. It's like a theme park with a whole cast of lovable, heavily armed friends.
Yeah, that wasn't funny the first time. It won't be funny the next time. Okay. Who are we seeing now? Okay, we were just immediately getting the magic shield.
Ah, Herr Fortesque, you're back on the battlefield, yes? This is good. People say to me, Sternguard, what do you think of this sword? Or that axe, or this stupid long pole thing with the dinky point on the end? But I say to them, no, 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 you idiot swineherd with the watery gaze. Modern warfare is a question of science. And the foremost scientific instrument in the world is the shield. And then I pan them with it in the face. Then I think maybe you should take my shield, yeah? Test it in the field, in true scientific manner. You will see for yourself that it is magic. You will benefit enormously.
Alright. So now we have the golden shield, which we cannot use with the longsword. Good. There's an infinite shield that we recharge, but when we recharge these, I think when these run out, they just break. At least they did originally, and this doesn't. That took a while. Yeah. Okay. Which one am I missing there? Is that a chalice for the... That's a chalice for the Gallowmere Plains. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, that was too much reading. That went quite long. All right. I think I'm going to try to finish the mini games. Maybe. I might legitimately do the combat ones on my own, because they were terrible. Well, one of them was pretty terrible. Anyways, I'm rambling and this started long enough. That's it for this part. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stick around for more, and thanks for watching.